Hello all. This is Mathematics for Economics. A lot of RE students have asked me to teach this, so I've just made this video for them. Okay, now we'll see Unit 4 because it's one of the important topics. Okay, and easily we can score it on Unit 4. In Unit 4, there is a single formula. The formula I will just write it. Y is equal to a into e power r t. Now I will explain it one by one. What is y, what is a, what is e, what is r, and what is t. Okay, so y is nothing but final value or the current value that depends upon the question. I'll explain it. That depends upon the question. It can be sometimes current value and also it can be a final value depending upon the question. T is time. T is time. R is the rate at which it gets increased or decreased. Okay. Basically, this is discrete. Not a discrete. Actually, this is continuous growth problem based on continuous growth. So, at what rate the market is growing or declining, this is about it. Okay, so A is, again, it is usually an initial amount, but again it can be changed according to the problem. Okay, initial value or initial amount, that depends. Now I want to say a simple shortcut. Sometimes we tend to get confused with this y and a. Okay, now a always comes first. A always comes first. Y always comes last. When we deal with the problem, you may understand the concept of what is first coming, what is last. Okay, first, whatever it comes, it is A according to the timeline. Whatever it comes on the last in the timeline, that is the value of y. Okay, so this is the formula actually. Now based on this formula, we have three types. Okay, the first type is type 1, finding the value of y. Finding y, that means they will give you a value of a, they will give you the value of r, and they will give you the value of t. Now you need to find the value of y. This is type 1. Now next type is type 2, finding a, and again they will give you the value y, r, and t. Now type 3, finding r, that is the rate of increasing or decreasing. Okay, now here they will give you a, y, and t. Now regarding this e, it is a constant. Okay, e is an exponential constant, e power 1. Okay, the value of this is around 2.7. This is 2.7 around approximately. Okay, so you need not worry about e because e is constant 2.7. Instead of writing a into 2.7, it's an irrational number. Power rt, we use a specific notation as e and we are just writing it. Okay, so this is a single formula you have to remember: a into e power rt, and three types: finding y, finding a, and finding r. Now you need to categorize or classify the given problem in which type it comes. Okay, that's the next problem. So we'll first see the problem 1. We'll understand this and then we'll move on to the solving this problem. A country's population is currently 32 million. Look at that, currently 32 million, and is growing continuously at an annual rate. Okay, annual rate of 33.5%. Okay, so they have given you rate. It is very easy. So r is 3.5%. What will the population be in 20 years of time? Again, they have given you the time, which is nothing but t. If this rate of growth persists, if it is continue growing like this, now what will be the value? Okay, so a country's population is currently 32 million. Currently 32 million. Okay, they have given it as currently 32 million and is growing continuously at an annual rate. Okay, so first, after reading this, you can very well write r is equal to 3.5%. Next, t is equal to 20 years. Now again, coming to whether it is a or it is y, given this 32 million, or 32, is it A or Y? A country's population is currently 32 million, okay, and what is the value, what will the population value in 20 years of time? That is, they are asking us after 20 years what will be the population. Okay, as I told you earlier that A will be always first and Y will be always last. Okay, so 32 million is current now, so A comes always first, so A is 32. Now Y is 20 years after 20 years what comes? So in the timeline, A comes first and Y goes second. So initial value A is 32, Y the last value, the final value is what? Okay, so this is the question, it comes under type 1. So just apply it in the formula. Y is equal to A into e power RT. So Y is equal to A, 32 into e power R is 3.5 percentage. So since it's 3.5 percentage, I have to convert it into value, that is 3.5 divided by 100. So it is 0.035. Yes, 0.035. So 0.035. So you should not write R in terms of percentage, you have to convert it in terms of non-percentage. Okay, so 0.0535 into T is 20. Now 32 into e power. Now you can use the calculator if you want. Okay, so 20 into 0.035 is nothing but 0.35 into 2. Then I have just multiplied it and I have pushed a point here. Okay, so 3.35 into 2, so 32 into e power 0.7. So in the calculator, if you find e power 0.7, the value of e power 0.7, you have the calculator. Please don't forget to bring the calculator in exam hall. So get the value of e power 0.7 and then multiply 32, you will get the answer. Scientific. Okay, I'll write that also, e power 0.7. Yes, it is 32 into 2.013. Again, you multiply this with 32, you will get the answer as around 64.44 millions. So after 20 years, currently this is 32 million and it is increasing at the rate of 3.5 percentage. Okay, so after 20 years, the population will be around 64.44 million. Rounding off, it will be 64 million. So this is type 1. Okay, now coming to problem 2, second one. An individual wants to ensure that in 15 years time they plan to retire. They will have a pension fund of rupees 2,40,000. They wish to achieve this by investing a lump sum now rather than making regular annual contributions. Okay, they are just going to invest in a full amount rather than making regular installments. If their investment is expected to grow continuously at an annual rate of 4.5 percentage, so immediately you have to come here and write R is equal to 4.5 percentage. How much will they need to invest now? Now how much they have to invest? Okay, now what is T? T is given it as 15 years. So 15, T is 15. It is given again. Whether A is being asked or Y is being asked, you have to read it. They will have a pension fund of rupees 2,40,000 at the end of 15 years. Okay, after 15 years they will have 2,40,000. Okay, again I told you that Y comes in the timeline. In the timeline, Y comes after. Okay, Y comes second, the last. So 2,40,000 will be after 15 years. So 2,40,000 will be at the end. So that is Y. Now A always comes in the starting. Okay, so how much they have to invest now? So it is of type 2. So it is of type 2. Okay, so same formula, y is equal to a into e power rt. Same formula, you are going to use it. That's it. Yeah, y into e into rt. So y is equal to, that is 2,40,000 is equal to, I don't know what is a, I just keep it as it is, e power r 4.5%. Please don't write 4.5 again here. What you have to do is, you have to divide 4.5% divided by 100. You have to change it. So 0.045. So 0.045 into 15. Okay, so this is the equation we got. Now what we need to do is, we have to simplify this e power 0.045 into 15. So first I will multiply 15 into 0.045. So 15 into 0.045 is 0.675. I will just multiply this and this. Okay, now it's easier for me to find e power. Okay, so e power 0.675. So 0.675 in e. Okay, it is 1.96. So a into 1.964, roughly it is around 2. This is 2,40,000. Now you already know that a into 1.964, I want values on one sides and variables on other sides. So 2,40,000, since it's in a multiplication, a and 1.964 and multiplication, this 1.964 comes in at division. So 2,40,000 divided by 1.964, it is a is equal to 1,22,199.59 around. So this is the value of a. So it can be like 1,22,200. Okay, to be precisely speaking, or approximately it is 1,22,200. Since it's 59 pies, you can add it as 50 pies. Okay, so 1,22,200 they have to invest upfront. So after 15 years they will be getting 2,40,000 with this 4.5 interest and 15 years time. Okay, so this is type 2. Problem 3 or type 3 is straightforward question, because it doesn't have any confusion between whether you have to finding a or find y. Okay, let's see third problem. Over the last 15 years, a country's population has risen continuously at the same annual rate. Okay, 15 years. So t is equal to 15. Annual growth rate, it is 8.2. It is not 8.2. At the same annual growth rate, from 8.2 million to 11.2 million. So population have been increased from 8.2 to 11.2. As I told you earlier, a comes first, y comes second. So 8.2 million to 11.2 million. So it has been increased. So what is the first value? A, which is nothing but 8.2. Now what is y, which is the final value? It is 11.2. After 15 years, it is 11.2 million. Currently it is 8.2 million, but after 15 years it was 11.2 million. Now what is the rate? So they have asked the question directly, what is the rate? You have to find the rate r. Same formula, y is equal to a into e power rt. Now you know the value of a, y 11.2, a as 8.2, e r, I don't know what is r, I just keep as it is. Now 15, t is 15. Now I can cancel this, or e power all constant, e power 15r is equal to 11.2 divided by, since because 8.2 is in the multiple of e, multiple with e. Okay, so I can bring down to division. So 11.2 divided by 8.2, answer is 1.3658, which is equal to e power 15r. Now how to find this? E power 15r is equal to 1.3658. Now we need to apply log. Okay, so logarithm, natural logarithm. So log, either you can use this or you should use ln. So ln 1.3658 is equal to ln e power 15r. So ln is nothing but log but basis e. Okay, so we use a different notation for it. If you want to use log itself, you can use it. Okay, just for your understanding. So ln 1.3658, log 1.3658 is equal to log e power 15r. Log and e gets cancelled, so it is 15r. Now I need to find ln of 1.3658. Again, it will be in your calculator. Okay, log, it will be in the calculator. So 1.3658 plus ln, you will get 0.31174, which is equal to 15r. So r is equal to 0.31174 divided by 15. So r and 15 are in multiple, so we have to divide it. So 0.1174 divided by 15 is equal to, r is equal to 0.0078. Now I need this in percentage, so I have to multiply by 100, which implies r is equal to 0.78. That is, when you multiply by 100, this point will move towards the right side. Since it's 2 zeros, it will move 2 places. So it is 0.78. Okay. So this is the 4th unit, and if you have any doubts, please message me. I think you have my number, so you can message me so that I can teach you whatever doubts you have. And I have made any mistake. 0.374, 0.311 divided by 4. I think I made some mistakes here. 1 second. Yeah, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. This one I made mistakes here. I'm sorry. This is a mistake. Okay, sorry. This is a typo. 0.31174 divided by 15. Yeah, it is, r is equal to 0.0207. Okay, but I need it in percentage. If they asked you in percentage, just multiply it in 100. So 0.0207 into 100, you will get, again the point will be shifted 2 places. Okay, so it will be 2 point, okay, nearby 2.07 percentage. So r is equal to 2.07 percentage. Okay, so I have concentrated only on the big questions, 5 marks and 10 marks. Okay, now please go through the book. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.